Hi, I'm Kelsey from Coaching with Kelsey, and today I want to talk to you about layered emotions. You can think of layered emotions as a kind of coping mechanism that's mostly unconscious. It's when we have some kind of soft emotion like sadness that gets overshadowed by a harder emotion like anger. Anger feels powerful, and therefore, sometimes it's easier for us to lean into something like anger than it is for us to lean into the soft, vulnerable emotion of sadness. And so we have a layering of emotions. When this is happening, you might find it really hard to access that softer emotion if you even realize it's there at all. Because often we are sort of blinded by this bigger, stronger, more powerful emotion. We don't even realize there's something hiding underneath it. If you are experiencing some layered emotions, you might also be feeling overwhelmed. There's like a lot going on. Your brain feels at max capacity, like it can't fit anymore. You're constantly in a cycle of worry. That can be a sign that there's something underneath that isn't being dealt with. Another sign might be if you are cycling the story that makes you angry over and over and over again, just really living in that anger. And another sign, if you've ever had this experience where suddenly the emotion that's being overshadowed, the one that's underneath, breaks through, but just for a moment. You might feel that burning behind your eyes, like, oh, I think I might cry, and then it goes away. Look out for those things when you're looking out for layered emotions. Now, as a coping mechanism, layered emotions can be very similar to when you are numbing emotions. So, numbing emotions is like, I don't want to feel sad, so I'm going to binge watch my favorite TV show and ignore how I'm feeling, or I'm just going to zone out. So, we're numbing the feeling. With layered emotions, we're sort of numbing one feeling, a softer feeling like sadness, for a more powerful feeling, a harder feeling like anger, or sometimes it's other things like overwhelm and confusion. Either way, though, with this, we're all up in our heads. We're not grounded in our emotional experience. So, this means that you might intellectually be able to even identify you are experiencing layered emotions and still not be able to access that overshadowed feeling. I have a few strategies for you to try though. So, first, I want you to try sitting with the emotion, the overshadowing emotion, the one that you are in touch with. And we're going to keep using anger as an example. So, first, you want to label it. Okay, I am feeling angry. This is anger. And repeat that to yourself. And then, next, I want you to identify what are the physical sensations in the body that you are experiencing from anger. So, do a full body scan top to bottom and notice where you're feeling it. For me, I might feel flushed cheeks if I'm feeling angry. I might have a tightness in my shoulders. I might be clenching my jaw. So just name these things to yourself. And if the sensations start to shift and change, notice that too, because it's possible that that will happen as you're processing and the wave of anger is passing. So ideally, if you do this, it will pass, and then whatever is underneath will have room to show itself, and then you can kind of repeat that process with the hidden emotion. Another strategy is to find someone you trust to get vulnerable with. So maybe that's a good friend, a partner, a family member, or even a therapist, and to be vulnerable with them. Tell them what's going on for you. And this might even involve like in the beginning stages, saying like going into that intellectual part of your brain where you identify, right, that you're having a layered emotional experience. You might say, like, I'm feeling really angry about this, and I'm like leaning into this anger, but I know there's something underneath. I think really ultimately I feel very hurt. And then start describing that and talking about that. And that in itself might allow for the feeling to come out in the presence of someone you feel safe with. And finally, what I would suggest is watch something that triggers the feeling for you. Watch something sad. Watch something you know always makes you cry so that you can release the armor of that hard feeling that's up front. Again, using anger as an example, that anger is an armor. It's protecting you, or at least that's what it thinks it's doing. So if you can find something that triggers that hidden, sad, soft feeling to come out of the armor, then sometimes, like just as an example, if you've ever had this experience where you start watching something, it's sad, you kind of start to tear up, and then all of a sudden you're crying like in a way that is like a little unreasonable for like the material that you're watching. That's kind of what you're going for in this situation, is like if you can trigger the feeling to come out, then all of a sudden it's there, it's raw, and you can sit with it and process it, and you'll probably feel a lot better afterwards. That's what I've got for you today. And if this does intrigue you and resonate with you, then feel free to sign up for a free consultation with me to learn more about my coaching program. You can do that by clicking the link in my Instagram bio, or if you're on YouTube watching this, you can click down below. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you again soon.